Greetings, I'm Christina Bozak.
I'm John Minocchio.
I'm Randy Kazilla.
And I'm Sean Delansky. Today, we invite you to join us as we take a look at all the different aspects of the interesting and wonderful field of forensic pathology.
First of all, who is a forensic pathologist? A forensic pathologist is a scientist that examines dead bodies in order to determine the cause of death. A forensic pathologist needs to know various sciences in order to do their job, like toxicology, radiology, odontology, and anatomy. Also, a forensic pathologist must have knowledge in weapons. Some of the weapons that a pathologist needs to know about are firearms, projectiles, and other objects that can be used to inflict damage to the body. A forensic pathologist must have great communication skills in order to do their job. A pathologist needs to communicate in court, or public speaking, or they have to work with legal and law firms. Finally, a forensic pathologist works with various groups of people. A forensic pathologist can work with police or the FBI by using their findings as a puzzle piece. Using their information, they can figure out whether someone died because of natural causes or of something else. Despite working with everybody, they still are very independent and work on a schedule that suits them. Now that you know who a forensic pathologist is, now you can learn the roles and responsibilities of them.
So you ask, what are the main responsibilities of a forensic pathologist? The forensic pathologist identifies the cause of death, and it is simpler in some cases and harder in others. Forensic pathologists have many other important responsibilities, such as examining ballistic wounds, due to the fact that shooting is a common cause of death. They have to figure out how many times the person was shot, the angle the bullet entered the body at. Forensic pathologists also need to have some knowledge of various drugs, medicine, and chemicals, and how they affect the human body. Another important responsibility of a forensic pathologist is to be an expert witness in court cases. Forensic pathologists could either have studied the body themselves or say general information about the body. Testimonies carry a lot of weight in the courtroom due to the forensic pathologist's knowledge about the body and the foreign objects that can affect it. Forensic pathologists have many different roles. They usually work separate from the police force. They are also very secretive because they know confidential information about the body or the case. They must also identify the body being brought to them. And now we are going to tell you about some skills the forensic pathologist needs to do their job.
A forensic pathologist must have a wide variety of skills in order to be successful in this field. Such skills can include, for example, academic knowledge. Anybody wanting to become a forensic pathologist must be somewhat smart and excel in school. However, the desire to stay in school must be even greater than this. If a person does not do well in school or does not have a strong desire to put in extra work, chances are that they will not become a forensic pathologist. In addition to a strong academic background, a forensic pathologist must have the ability to effectively communicate with others. This allows forensic pathologists to clearly communicate their findings. Pathologists must be able to clearly communicate with authorities, other forensic scientists, and possibly a judge and jury. They also need to be able to write as well as they speak. If a pathologist's reports are too hard to understand, average people with little scientific knowledge will have difficulty understanding them. And a pathologist's testimony in court will be stronger if they are able to communicate clearly. In addition, a forensic pathologist must be a great problem solver in order to think creatively to figure out the cause of death. They must be able to think like a killer, trying not to get caught. They must be able to look at a crime from different angles. And if a person cannot solve problems, they will be at great disadvantage and have much difficulty trying to determine the cause of death. Finally, if a person contains a certain set of innate skills, it will be greatly to their advantage. However, lacking these skills will not be to the disadvantage of gaining employment in the forensic pathology field. Being naturally observant will make it easier to determine the cause of death. Having a strong aptitude for science will help them enjoy their job more. Having a strong stomach, for obvious reasons, will help them to manage their job better. And the ability to think like a detective will allow pathologists to think of possible motives or why the person committed the crime. Let's now take a look into the education and experience required to become a forensic pathologist.
In order to become a forensic pathologist, you must have a very diverse background of studies, and you must also do well in school. After high school, you must go to college, then medical school, then into residency, and finally a fellowship. Let's look at the high school courses that you must take. In high school, you will need to take a broad spectrum of studies. An example of this would be for math courses, for science courses, for English courses, and other various electives. Also, you should take as many honors and advanced placement classes as possible. This will prepare you for college and will make you stand out. In college, there's no specific major for forensic pathology. It's a too-specific career choice. Therefore, you should obtain a bachelor's degree in something more broad that is related to science. An example would be majoring in science or majoring in natural science. The major goal of college is to get into medical school, so you should continue taking a broad spectrum of courses. Recommended college courses include 2 years of chemistry, 2 years of biology, 1 to 2 years of English, and possibly 1 year of physics. These classes will give you a good science background. Also, there is no specific college that is known for graduating forensic pathologists, but any college known for science would be good. After college, you must apply and be submitted to medical school. Medical school will allow you to study aspects more specific to forensic pathology. Some examples of these studies would be human anatomy, physiology, and the effects of medicines on the body. You must stay in medical school for 4 years and receive either a doctorate or a medical degree. After medical school, you must go into residency between 4 to 5 years. This will allow you to be in the environment you will be working in and use the knowledge you have learned. It almost serves as an apprenticeship because you will be working with more experienced pathologists. This is a crucial stage because it will prepare you for what you will be working with. Obviously, the more preparation, the better. Also, because the pathologist provides the cause of death, there is a lot of responsibility placed on the pathologist. Therefore, the residency stage seems even more crucial. After residency comes fellowship, the final step of studying when becoming a forensic pathologist. You must stay in fellowship for between 1 to 2 years. This will allow you to work with the body while being observed by a professional pathologist. This is necessary because it teaches you to work hands-on with the body and think on your own while being observed by a professional. In total, you will need to study for about 13 to 15 years after high school. You must have a bachelor's degree in some area of science, doctorate or medicine degree, and must spend time in residency and fellowship. Obviously, this sounds like a long time to be spending in school after high school. However, the career is very rewarding. Due to the small demand of forensic pathologists, your services will be in high demand. Pathologists can also earn a salary anywhere between $50,000 and $165,000. There is a rewarding feeling as well, because your services could possibly solve a case and bring a killer to justice. Lastly, you will be well respected both by the science community and by the general public. There are many different job opportunities you can partake in that will make you stand out and prepare you for becoming a forensic pathologist. Some examples would be working or volunteering at the local hospital, working at a police station, a doctor's office, a law office, or a science laboratory. Each of these opportunities could provide you with the skill that pathologists need. Also, you will be more familiar with the surroundings of a forensic pathologist and will develop communication skills that are necessary for pathologists to have. Internships are another way you can become more prepared. You could intern as an assistant to a forensic pathologist, and this will allow you to work with the pathologist and observe the surroundings and conditions pathologists work in. Other possible internships include forensic investigation center or a law office. You could also partake in these jobs or internships either in high school or college. There are many high school activities that would benefit a student while wanting to be a pathologist. One example would be sports. Being on a team will make you cooperate with others and help you use teamwork to solve a problem. Another extracurricular activity could be mock trial. This allows students to see what the real court cases are like and familiarizes them with the courtroom setting. Any other science extracurricular would be good as well. This will give you a better science background and will make you stand out for medical school.
We hope that you have enjoyed learning about forensic pathology as much as we have. From all of us here, thank you for watching our presentation.